Job, Bett Correa.
I leaned over close to hear my grandfather whisper. I leaned over his body, which was incapacitated through disease, his hands and feet immobilized. I thought about how he had spent his career in the world's most dangerous job, and it had destroyed him. So I leaned in to hear his words that he was saying, and as I listened carefully, I realized that he was mumbling incoherent things. The world's most dangerous job had destroyed not only his body, but his mind also. My grandfather, you might be wondering, had the world's most dangerous job. But what was that? Was it mining? Was it lion taming? Perhaps he was a whaler. No, my grandfather had a job which I hope none of you ever have to have. The world's most dangerous job. Dun dun dun! The desk job. Now, I know you guys laugh, but please raise your hand at this time if you know someone who knows someone who knows someone who has a desk job. This is far worse than I had imagined. Okay, let's try this again. Please raise your hand if you know someone who knows someone who has a desk job. I feel so bad for that person. There's someone close to you, someone that you love. Please raise your hand. I know this is not gonna, there's not gonna be anybody in this room, but raise your hand if you have a desk job. No! Unfortunately, the people in Australia, God bless them, did a study of 200,000 people over several years. And they asked them how many hours they sat at their desk or even sitting at home. And they found some very troubling research. Very, very scary, especially now that I know that you all are among the numbered, along with my grandfather. What they found was that sitting is a huge cause of all deaths. So you're probably wondering, what was it that my grandfather had, or has? My grandfather has diabetes. Diabetes takes your body and destroys it and makes your fingers feel like they're falling off. It's terrible pain, and in your feet, and it makes you lose your vision. So now imagine yourself without being able to feel your fingers. You wish you couldn't feel them, but they are like pulsing with pain, and your feet, and your eyes, and also it destroys your brain. Diabetes is a precursor to Alzheimer's and dementia, which is what my grandfather has. So, my grandfather is dying of this terrible disease. Now, I want to look into some of the research that they had. Okay, raise your hand if you sit for 8 hours a day. Ah! This is terrible. Okay, but let's think about it. Raise your hand if you drive for 30 minutes or more one way to work. Okay? So that's now 1 hour that you've spent. So now you're at 8 hours plus 1. That's 9. Do you guys all stand while eating? Anybody? No? Oh, that's probably another hour now. So now we're at 10. How about sitting at home, maybe catching up on some Snooki? No? Yes? Anybody? Some reality TV, right? How about some American Idol? You got to find out what's going on. So that's at least 1 more hour. Now we're at 11. But what's going on in Twitter, right? Any big Twitter people? How about Facebook? That's now at 12. They found that people who sat for 8 hours were 15% more likely to die within 3 years of the study ending. Now you're thinking, well, that's just because the study ended, right? That's why no. It was because they were sitting for that many hours. Now, we just identified that you're probably up to 11 or 12 hours of sitting. I have bad news for you folks. People who sat for 11 hours or more actually had a 40% chance of dying within 3 years of the study ending. Doesn't that make you just want to stand up? So what is all this sitting doing to us? When we're sitting, our muscles get very relaxed and they don't move. They don't twitch or have any movement. So all the blood glucose in your body is just circulating, which causes inflammation. Prolonged inflammation causes heart disease, diabetes, even stroke. So while you're sitting, your body is dying. Now, what can you do about it? Well, just like any dangerous job, you have to have armor. You have to have protection. What you need to do is everyone needs to take out their cell phones right now. Take out your cell phones. I know you all have one. And now find the timer app on your phone. And you need to set it for every 20 minutes. What the Mayo Clinic found is that if you stand up and walk for about 12 minutes an hour, or every 20 minutes you stand up and stretch a little bit, you can actually stop your body from having these terrible effects. So you can keep your muscles moving and actually help your body survive the most dangerous job in the world, dun dun dun, the desk job. So, my grandfather is 67 right now, and it is too late for him. He cannot reverse the stages of his diabetes, but you all have a chance still. So I know that this is hard for everybody, but set your timer and try to get up every 20 minutes so that you can live a happy, healthy life. This is Toastmasters.